Hello and welcome to Chrome World, where we give you streaming tips and gaming clips every week. Thanks for tuning in. Please do remember to hit that like button and smash that subscribe, as we are a brand new YouTube channel and every engagement helps. If you're new to streaming on Twitch or YouTube, please share your experience in the comments section. I love to hear from fellow new streamers. On today's vlog number 3, I'm going to be talking about some really basic Streamlabs tips that I wish I knew when I started, that hopefully will help any new streamers kind of maybe make their stream look a little bit more sleek and maybe just help you do things you didn't know how to do before. Stick with me and we're going to have a fun one today. Let's go. Before we get started, just so you know, I will have all of the timestamps below if you want to skip ahead to a specific tip. It's all easily laid out for you there. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to add my webcam to a screen grab overlay from scratch. And as you'll notice, this overlay is pretty much blank. It's just a screen grab and my little logo in the corner, Leon. So we're going to go ahead and add new source. Get the video capture device. I'm gonna go with the Logicam, not my ugly laptop web camera. So the first thing I want to show you is how to crop out certain segments of the webcam that maybe you don't want to share for any reason, and then we'll talk about making it work better with a border. But right away, my webcam is very wide, so I'm going to crop it using the Alt key. So rule number 1, tip number 1, for Streamlabs streamers, Alt and Shift are your friend. And I'm pretty sure it applies across the board really. But in order to crop quickly and adapt certain overlay graphics, Alt and Shift are your friend. So Alt is going to allow you to actually just clip, whether it's a webcam or overlay graphic, just by a quick click and drag. So you hold Alt down and then click and drag. And right, just like that, easy clipping, okay? You can only use it on the side or the top or bottom. Can't do a corner cropping, doesn't work, okay, with Alt. The other thing that can come in handy, but you probably don't want to do it for your webcam, is Shift. So Shift will stretch out, whether it's images or video, it will stretch it out, okay? So stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Okay, you can squeeze it or stretch it out. And with webcams, that will distort your video quite a bit. But when you're dealing with overlay graphics, a lot of the times you can hardly notice that you're stretching it, and it allows you to really adapt the overlay a little bit. So we're going to take a look at that now. Let's say we want to add a webcam box overlay. Let's go with my esports border that I like to use, that I definitely got for free off of some generous YouTuber out there. So right here, for example, let's say I want to make it a little smaller because that's very wide. I can use Shift, hold down Shift and squeeze it to change the size of it. And now I want to make my webcam fit a little bit better, but maybe I don't want to make my headspace too much smaller, so I'll make it a little bit smaller. So I give myself a little bit of headspace above, and there you go. But now it's a little too wide still, right? So instead of trying to stretch it just perfect, or instead of making the frame bigger than I want it to be, I will just crop the width of the webcam. Lose a little bit of my statue there. And just like that, it's looking clean. It's looking form-fitting, right? So this is the easy way to make sure your webcam is looking on point. Now there's a second key Streamlabs tip to make your webcam next level, not just any webcam out there on Twitch, okay? And that is color correction. Now, I have already applied color correction to my webcam earlier, and Streamlabs keeps your devices consistent across your different overlays unless you add it as a separate device. So if we go down to my Logitech camera and we go into filters, And this is where you would use the plus sign to add. There's a lot of different options you have. I generally only mess with color correction, and then of course the chroma key, which is what allows you to do the green screen, which will be the next top tip. So once you're in the color correction, there's a lot of different things you can do. You might notice my webcam right now has a bit of a blue hue. I purposely made it a little bit extra blue to kind of go with the whole vibe. It accentuates the purple and different colors behind me. But it was generally a little bit more yellow, as a lot of your webcams will be naturally based on the indoor lighting that you're working with if you don't have professional lighting. And even if you have professional lighting, sometimes if the sun's coming in and you have other light fighting with your professional lighting, it can still be difficult to make it look decent in your stream, especially with the basic webcam. So color correction will help you with that. So the best way to fix your white balance is to kind of get right into the dark blue and then kind of tinker around the edges of the light blue, and you'll be able to find how it works. So you'll notice if I go back into the whites, see, that's how yellow it could be. That's what it would naturally be like. So I bring it into the blue. Oh, that's a little too blue. So you see, you got to kind of find that perfect balance. But for your purposes, for any streamer out there, all you really have to know is if you're looking really yellow and it's looking blown out, just give it a little bit of a blue overlay, or a little bit of a blue color correction, very light blue. So that'll help make the camera look a little bit nicer. So that's top tip number 2. Oh yeah, another thing I was going to say in there. So that's how you want to use it for the webcam, but also on your overlay graphics. If you have nice kind of generic graphics like this one here, you can go again into your filters and look at your color correction again. So I'm on 59.66 right now. I'm going to keep that because it works well with my branding and also with Rocket League that I like to play with. The two teams usually have a blue and orange color, or sometimes green and purple, depending on the different hues that teams can choose. Anyways, so you go into the hue shift and you can actually shift it completely. So now I'm in orange and blue, which is even more Rocket League kind of colors, right? You can go further, going into purple and green, pink and green. So obviously this is just shifting the hues, right? Which basically creates different colors, especially when you're dealing with neons and certain types of graphics. I'm going to stick with my 59.66, purple and green. That's another pro tip for color correction. So white balance, getting a little bit of that blue into the color correction on your webcam will help take out some of that really bright yellow that often will kind of blow out your camera and make it look a little not as nice as some other cameras out there. And then for your overlay graphics, again, this only works for certain graphics that are usually like brighter colors or, you know, certain designs. But using the hue shift, you can actually work with the graphics you have and make them different colors and adapt them a little bit. So it's kind of fun, artistic, creative way to deal with what you got, work with what you've got. You know, maybe you don't want to go spend a bunch of money on Owned or another platform that sells overlay graphics, which if you have the money for it, it's awesome. Do it up. I just personally have been trying to go minimalistic for now because I know I don't have the greatest computer to run it. So I basically told myself I'm not going to spend money on overlay graphics right now. Worked with what I've got. Everything I have I got for free, and you can too. I'm not going to go sharing what I received from other people, but if you ask me in the comments, I can definitely share a link with you. And if you are on YouTube already, you can just go search it up, and it's really not that hard to find. Just say new streamer overlay graphics, and you'll probably find some decent offers for free. Going on to top tip number 3, final Streamlabs tip for vlog number 3. And that, of course, is the green screen. Now, I'm not going to set up my whole green screen behind me right now because it's not really worth it for the function of this video. The easiest way to do the green screen, again, is to go through your filters. So we're going to the webcam, go to your filters, and this time when you add a filter, you're going to add chroma key. It's very similar to my name, chroma key. So once you're in there, you just select the color type. So I have a green screen, so mine's green. You could make it blue, which will probably be kind of crazy on mine. Let's see what that looks like on mine. Whoa! Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. All right, going back into the filters here to fix this. I don't even want chroma key on at all right now, but we're going to put it back to green. All right, so that's how you do chroma key. I'm just using this little eyeball to turn it off. So it's always there, but I can just turn it on or off. Same thing with my color correction. Turn it off, and there's yellow cam again. Back on. Cool camera. Take that camera to the next level, no matter how basic your camera is. Real simple. All right. So that's it. Top 3 Streamlabs tips from Chrome for vlog number 3. And we're going to move on to my PC build that I'm really excited about. I have come to a conclusion that, I hate to say it, I got to go for the 12 cores. I got to go for the 12 cores. I know, it's crazy. So we're going to take a closer look at the Ryzen 9 12-core option and why I think that is the best option, as well as a last look at the NVIDIA RTX 3070 for next week's vlog when I plan to be purchasing the Founder Edition. Wish me luck. Do me a favor and hit that like button and smash that subscribe, and let's grow together.